Now, before jumping into the floor plans, I wanted to talk about what kind of returns that we have seen in the previous communities of Dubai South. Now, this is basically a DXB Interact data. This is a live transaction analysis that I can give it to you. Like in Dubai real estate, everything is so transparent that you have a complete understanding on the pulse of the market. So to help you out, this is basically the 5 bedrooms I've categorized right now. So to understand right now, in the last 3 months, there has been 13% transactions. On an average, 225% is increased from the past months. And median price per square feet is reaching to 1,300, and the median price for average price for the 5 bedroom houses is 5.15 million. And rental yield is 7.93 compared to on what price the unit have been secured. So to see and understand, this is basically the data of Pulse Beachfront, which can give you a better understanding on the appreciation on the houses. So 5,980 square feet. So, in the whole series of these houses that you will see, the biggest size of a 5 bed have been sold for 88% more than the price of the price at which the unit got secured. So 2022 people have bought these units on off plan. Now they're selling at 88% higher than the price point, and 6.8 million was the transaction happened for the 5 bedroom house inside this community of Pulse Beachfront. 5,980 square feet is the total size, and as you can see, this is mentioned 2 times. That means the property has been exchanged 2 times from the initial purchase to the next purchase, the second purchase by a buyer. Now, what kind of people are buying? Either they want to live, either they're buying to rent these properties. So on the 10th of September, this happened. Then on the 4th of September, 2025, the price for 4,000 square feet. So you can see the most of the list of the houses is 4,000 square feet, which was the average size of 5 bedroom house inside this community of Pulse Beachfront. And the biggest size got sold at an 88% price mark. Now, another transaction happened for 4.9 million, 1,222 square feet, 4,000 square feet of a 5 bed on 4th of September. Then 2nd of September, almost 5 million worth of a house got sold, and at what price it got secured. So the initial purchase in the Pulse house, in the Pulse Beachfront houses, initial purchase was at 800 price per square feet at 3.2 million. Now the guy is selling at the premium of 5 million. Like the premium is basically almost 1.8 million on these kinds of houses. So this data is clearly telling us that the appreciation is there, the demand is there for these kinds of houses. A lot of people have a keen eye to secure assets near to the handover. A lot of people who are the long-term investors who have an approach of maximizing the ROE, they would secure on the very first initial phases of the master plan on the off-plan side. So this video is basically to let this message out for those kinds of investors who want to secure an asset before everyone is looking for these kinds of houses inside the city of Dubai. So you can see, now I will tell you another insight. Just have a focus on the price per square feet. 1,244 square feet, then 1,238 square feet, 81% appreciation. Then 1,294, like almost 1,300 square feet is the price per square feet of the house of a 5 bedroom. Then 58% increase. Then again 1,219. So almost like 1,200, between 1,200 and 1,300 the transactions are happening. This guy bought it at 956 square feet, but let's check. So this guy in 2022 initial purchase was at the 630 price per square feet, and he sold it at 960 price per square feet. So 3.3 million was the initial purchase, and then he sold it at 5 million. So almost like 1.7 million worth of a profit. So if the payment plan was a little bit, he's getting the leverage on, so he must be having immense amount of returns on it. So this is basically the transaction of 5 bedroom houses with the DXB Interact data, which is live. Anyone can access this and have an understanding what I'm trying to explain. Let's check the 4 bedroom houses. So this is basically the list of 4 bedroom houses. So in the last 3 months, we have seen the transactions of, like, we have seen the number of transactions, the volume of transactions in the last 3 months was 32, and the average price per square feet was 1150, like almost 1200, and 4.25 million was the average price, like 5 million on the 5 beds, and 4.2 is basically the people are happy to pay this kind of a price point. People have accepted, because right now in the whole Dubai, I personally have worked in townhouses and villas community. You can't be able to find this kind of a price per square feet in any location of Dubai. Mostly on the prime locations where the location have been developed and most of the communities are handed over. Anyone who is launching at that side or at that part of Dubai, they're launching at the price per square feet of 1900, 2000 dirham, which we have seen in Emaar communities. But anything which is a little bit further out in south, or anything which is further out on the valley side, which is the suburban side of Dubai, on Al Ain, price per square feet is more or less the same. Now, Damak is the only one right next to Emaar is launching at the price per square feet of 1300 to 1400 dirham price per square feet. But again, what are the chances of you making money on those kinds of houses which are almost oversupplied in a certain manner? So why these developers are getting huge success, why these developers launches, even the price starting price is above 3.5 or 3.6 million, people see these kinds of value. They understand the pulse of the market, which is why local of Dubai are also buying. These are not just international investors, these are local people of Dubai who understand where Dubai is heading, where the expansion is happening, and they are buying these kinds of units. Now let's have a look at one by one on each and every 4-bedroom house being sold. So 9th of September, 90% increase, 3.8 million was the transaction price, 3483 square feet of size of a built-up area of a 4-bedroom. 3.8 million again happened. See, this is the part you have to focus on. 3,483 square feet, then 3,483 square feet sold for 3.8. Then this guy who picked up the biggest size of a 4-bedroom, he sold it at 4.475 million dirhams, 136% of a premium that he have gotten on the initial purchase. I'm not even talking about the payment plan leverage right now. So let's check what was the secure price, what was the initial purchase price of this buyer. 1.9 million he have bought it in 2022, a 4-bedroom house, which was, you know, people tend to buy the cheapest unit, but that's not the very smart choice, to be honest with you, if you're making an investment. So 1.9 million and 520 price per square feet, and he sold it on September 2025, just 3 years after, when the handover is near, or handover already happened for a few of the clusters. He sold it at 4.475. So anyone have a big family who's looking for a house inside that specific community, they looked at few options and they haven't found something which is, you know, unique as well, and something on a very good location inside that community. They would be happy to pay these kinds of premium for those houses which sustain, which is, you know, suitable for their family. So 4.475, staggering amount of returns on the houses of Pearl's beachfront that people have generated. Again, 16% increase on a 4-bedroom is the lowest size. So this is what I'm talking about. In the whole community, we have seen like 3,400 square feet, 3,600 square feet guy sold it at 136% of the initial purchase. Now this guy picked up the cheapest unit, all right, 2,723 square feet, the cheapest unit, the lowest size unit, and he sold it at the appreciation of 16% only on the 2nd of September. Again, this guy bought it at this guy bought the biggest one, 3,600 square feet, sold it at 55% of appreciation. This guy also bought this one and he got 100% appreciation on his unit. So this is what I'm talking about. This data gives you the clarity on what kind of units to pick on when you're doing any kind of an investment. So this is another one. So this is by far in the whole list is the biggest house of a 4-bedroom, 4,419 square feet of a built-up area. This guy also sold it at 98% premium. So 4.25 is the transaction price on 28th of August. So just a month before he sold it at this price. So this is what I'm talking about. You know, when you're choosing any kind of an investment, you should have a smart consultant working for you who is guiding you through the journey, and even before, you know, deciding for a right property inside that master plan. You cannot just buy anything that you're getting your hands on. You should buy something which is absolutely suits your budget, and the floor plan makes sense, developer makes sense, and the whole, you know, at what stage of a master plan you're buying. So these things we have to keep in mind whenever we are choosing any kind of an investment in Dubai. So now let's understand the floor plans one by one, because that's the boring part. Most people want to know the actual, you know, clarity on the numbers and everything. So I put this into the last part of this video so that anyone who is interested in this community, you know, they can see through the hype actually. So they have the best understanding whenever they're choosing any kind of an investment. So we have already talked about it. This is the location on the master plan for Hayat 4 and Hayat 5. This is basically our swimmable lagoon. And let's talk about where each and every house is located and what is the floor plan sizes, where the bedrooms are placed, why 4-bedroom houses and 5-bedroom semi-detached made more sense. So keep this part in mind, so you will have a complete idea what kind of houses you can select on, or you can contact me on my number. I'll share with you this document and you can have your own, or I can run you through a Zoom meeting. I can help you out in selecting the best unit inside this community before the launch, so that we go prepared before the 20th of September. So this is basically the Hayat 4 complete, you know, master plan of the cluster. So this part is our, this is basically the boulevard. So you can see that anything which is on the light blue shade on the outer part of the cluster is basically our 3-bedroom middle units and the edge unit. Edge unit is basically the corner unit. 4-bedroom townhouses middle and darker shade of yellow. This part, this, and this, and this is basically our 4-bedroom townhouses. 5 bedrooms are mostly located densely inside the cluster and overlooking in the back garden side inside that part of the cluster. And you can see that these blue shades are all 5-bedroom. This is the basically the most premium part of this cluster, is also 5-bedroom. And then 5-bedroom semi-detached twin villas are located at this part, this part, this part, and this part. So this is basically our all semi-detached twin villas. You can see there are only 2 plexes, two. So this gives you some kind of an understanding. So let's check the Hayat 5 master plan. So this is basically a complete master plan of Hayat 5. So you can see 4-bedroom townhouses, middle unit and edge unit are located at this part and this specific part. And anything which will be overlooking the swimmable lagoon are all 5-bedroom semi-detached houses, type A, type A1, and type B. So this is basically a mix of type A and type A1. So different sizes, a little bit difference of a 200 to 300 square feet of a sizes in the built-up area. So this specific part is what I would love for my investors to pick a unit inside this community, because I know 100% this part is basically very much limited in supply. Anything which is located on this part is either walking distance or their villa's backyard is opening towards the lagoon. So they will have their complete privacy. This also looks interesting. It's a very segregated twin villa and between 4-bedroom houses. This also very interesting. This also very interesting. So this is basically the list of the houses in the built-up area. So before choosing anything, you will have a complete idea through the price per square feet, what kind of square feet of a house this unit number is or this unit number is. So this is basically the floor plan of a 3-bedroom middle unit, which why it doesn't make much sense to me is because there is no bedroom on the ground floor. There is a maid's room on the ground floor with a very small size of 3 by 3. Then you have your own service lobby, and then you have your, so basically the entrance is going from this part. Then once you enter, on the right hand side you have your lobby area, and then if you go further you have expansive amount of 3.5 by 8.5. So complete, you know, a very expansive living area. And then on the back side you have a provision for swimming pool and then there is a garden space. This is our 3-bedroom middle unit. So this is basically, once you enter, go right and then left and then right, you have your own staircase. And then once you go through that staircase, on the first floor, you have your own family hall. 4.7 by 3.5 is the complete size of a family hall. Then you, on the right next to our family hall with an ensuite bathroom, you have your bedroom 1, 2, 3. All ensuite, no sharing of the bathroom. Master bed size looks very amazing, is 4 by 4.2. Then you have your own rooftop space, open sky, 7.8 by 6.90. So the complete size of a roof terrace is 651 square feet, almost the size of a 1 bed in most places in Dubai. This is a 3-bedroom corner unit. So if you can see that there is an ample amount of space, but the location of the units inside the master plan doesn't make much sense to me. And also there is no bedroom on the ground floor, which makes a lot of problem for the elderly. If the people are coming with their family, they will have quite a challenge. This is basically our main entrance. Then once you enter inside the townhouse, you have your living area, formal dining area, living area 3.9 by 8.5, 8.7. Then you have a complete closed kitchen, and then service lobby, guest toilet, guest maid's room, then laundry area on the left hand side. On the first floor, once you go through that staircase, you have an expansive family hall, 4.7 by 3.5, bedroom 1, 2, 3. Master bedroom size is almost the same. Only the edge you will be having on this edge townhouse is that you have a bigger space for your garden area on the backyard of your townhouse. Now, 4-bedroom middle unit, even if you were to pick up a middle unit in Hayat 5 or 4, makes more sense because you have 1 bedroom on the ground floor, you have your maid's room on the ground floor. Size is not that amazing in the 4-bedroom middle unit for a bedroom 3.1 by 3.8. Again, it's not 3 by 3, 3.8, so you have good length and width of your bedroom. With an ensuite bathroom, you have your powder washroom right next to your staircase. Then you have your closed kitchen, 3.4 by 4.2. Living area, 3.1 by 6.9. Formal dining area is 2.7 by 5.2. You have very good space, ample amount of space, even in the middle unit. If you can see on the 3-bedroom, you only have this part for the backyard, but on the middle unit of 4-bedroom townhouse, you have space on this side and this side. So basically these are sliding doors, so you will be having complete light exposure from the backyard inside your house. 3 parking area for the cars. So again, this is also a very unique option that you're getting. I have seen this kind of an option in Tilal Al Ghaf Ilan townhouses. Once you go through the staircase, you have your bedroom 1, 2, 3. You have your 1 bedroom on the ground floor. 4.2 by 4 is basically the master bedroom size, all en suite. Family hall, once you go through that staircase, is 4.9 by 4.2. Then you have your balcony, which will be overlooking to the front. Then you have your balcony, which will be overlooking to the back side, 3.7 by 1.7, 4.7 by 2.3. Then you have your roof terrace, is basically 624 square feet. Let's look at the corner one. So corner 4-bedroom unit makes more sense because it's unique. Also very limited in supply inside that cluster. And the layout makes more sense. You have huge space on the left hand side of your house. You have garden space. You can do anything. You can grow your own vegetation. You can make your own garden. Very sustainable, functional layout. Provision for swimming pool on the backyard. 3 car parking space. Maid's room on the ground floor. Bedroom 1 for the elderly with a guest bathroom. And powder washroom. And the powder room as well. Closed kitchen, 3.4 by 4.2. Then living area. If you go through that staircase, you have your bedroom 1, 2, 3. Master bedroom size, very generous, 5.2 by 3.7, which in the previous layouts, this was not the size. The size was 4 by 3. Some little bit of a difference in the square feet, but again, this master bedroom size is far more superior. 3.9 by 3.7 is the bedroom 2 size. 3.08 is by 3.8 is our 3rd bedroom size. Then you have your roof terrace. Is greater than every other layout that we have seen, 710 square feet. Now the 5-bedroom edge unit, the corner units of 5 bedrooms, 5-bedroom townhouses. Beautiful floor plans. You know, if we were to pick up this 5-bedroom townhouse, amazing floor plan, will generate you very good return on equity. 3-car parking space, nothing different than the 4-bedroom edge unit or 4-bedroom townhouse. Maid's room 3 by 2.6, size is more or less the same. Guest bedroom size is also a little bit superior than the 4-bedroom edge unit, 3.1 by 3.8. Closed kitchen 3.4 by 4.2. You have the only difference that I see in this 5-bedroom townhouse is that the backyard and the left hand side, you have huge plot area. So they have completely shown the length of your plot is 29.4 and the width of a plot is 12.9. Once you go above the staircase, you have your bedroom 1, 2, 3, master bedroom. So you have another lounge space on the rooftop. Looks like, you know, the Avena in Emaar the Valley. 3.9 by 3.7 are another 4th bedroom on the rooftop. And then you have your own terrace and then corridor lounge area with an ensuite. So you can either, you know, use this space as a gym, or you can either use this as a workspace, whatever you want with it. Very functional layout. Roof terrace is lesser because there is a room added on the rooftop, so for 470 square feet. Then you have your 5-bedroom edge unit. Again, more or less the same kind of a layout, doesn't have much of a difference. The only difference it has the width and the length. Length is a little bit lesser than the previous one, but we can get into that detail if you're interested in this kind of a house. Now, 5-bedroom semi-detached type A1. So in this, you know, the maid's room area is also greater. Guest bedroom area is also more or less same than with the 5-bedroom townhouse. With an ensuite, kitchen, closed kitchen, formal dining area, you have very huge amount of space and privacy. In semi-detached, your house is not attached to 4 more houses. Your house is basically attached to only one twin villa concept. And then there is a big distance and then there is another house. So you have very good kind of, you know, privacy for your house. And then once you go above the first floor, bedroom 1, 2, your master bedroom size is very good, 4.1 by 4.2, kind of a villa bedroom, 3.1 by 3.8, another bedroom size. And then on the rooftop, you have another bedroom with very expansive terrace expanding towards both sides of the rooftop. So imagine if you have this kind of a semi-detached house overlooking the lagoon, then you know, you will have a very good views from the front side, and you have a complete, you know, privacy on the from the back side as well. You have a big distance from the left and the right from each of the houses, the twin villas which are placed inside the master plan which we have seen. So these kinds of houses are very much limited in supply and not many people will jump into it. There will be a very certain segment of people who will have a larger family, will be happy to pay you these kind of premium for these houses, because if you were to find these kinds of houses even in the Farm Grove, the prices are touching more or less the same, 1200 to 1300 square feet. So anyone who will be working in Dubai South in the next coming 2 to 3 years time, population is increasing in Dubai. Let's take conservatively. Sometimes it's 250,000, sometimes it's 200,000, sometimes it's 180,000. So let's imagine 200,000. So right now 4 million, 600,000 more people to be added in the next 3 years time when this community is also due for the handover. There will be a huge demand because already Pearl's beachfront is being absorbed at a very exponential rate, which we have already seen in the data, and people are happy to pay those kinds of premium because they can't find these options inside the middle of the city. So why also they are happy to pay those kinds of premium is if you have your own workspace nearby in Dubai South, because there is a lot of business activity happening in there and there is more expansion happening, you would have a lot of problem buying a house in the middle of the city and then driving all the way in Dubai South and then coming back again, unless you don't have any options in Dubai South. So if you have so many options in Dubai South, why would you go 30 minutes away from your location of work? You would, if you were very smart, you don't want to drive all your life from work to home. So be very smart with your money when you're investing into it, and have a vision of why people will be happy to pay you those kinds of premium. Now, whatever the numbers we have seen in the DXB Interact, I'm not saying the same thing is going to happen. It could be far greater than what we have seen right now because the infrastructure is so much under the expansion. It could be a little lesser, but you will never lose in these kinds of investments. And your payment plan leverage is also very helpful to give you a room, and the backing of the developer with the government also gives you an assurity that they will never leave their legacy with complaints, bad reviews. So after looking at these all floor plans and the prices and everything of Hayat houses, what do we have in compared to it? We have Valley Townhouses coming up, the last cluster in the phase 2. Prices will be more or less 3.4, 3.5 for a three-bedroom townhouse in the Valley. The Mac Riverside 4 and 5 bedroom townhouses will be coming up in coming few weeks. And the sizes, I have a lot of reservations against those kinds of townhouses if we are looking for any investment. If we are looking to buy the best and cheapest townhouse in our community, I think yes, then the Mac is the best option available right now. But you might be having a challenge when you're flipping that property on a premium. The people will be choosing more bigger size of layouts because that was the demand 5-6 years ago. Now that segment is kind of after seeing through the numbers, it's oversupplied. I'm not saying the property will depreciate. I'm saying that you will have a challenge of giving, because 8,000 townhouses like the same sizes have already been under development in the Mac Lagoons, the Mac Islands, more or less the same. The Mac Hills also more or less the same sizes. So I'm seeing Emaar is jumping into bigger sizes of a townhouse. Tilal Gav have bigger sizes of a townhouse. Anyone who is targeting that segment of 2,200 square feet of a 4-bedroom townhouse, you will have a lot of challenge once your family expands in the future. So I hope you have liked this presentation of Hayat community. I try to break it down in detail. So anyone who is looking to buy any real estate asset in Dubai, I want them to have a complete sheer confidence choosing the best option there is in the market. And also through brutal honesty of the data and the fact backing of the presentation, people see through the hype and understand why the demand is there, why there will be demand in the future. So the video have become already very long. I will try to break it down into 2 parts so you can look into it in each and every aspect of this community. And if you're looking to invest into certain location and you don't find the clarity through the market, brokers are giving you all kinds of numbers through the verbal communication without giving you any kinds of reports, feel free to connect with me. My consultation is free. I'm backed by my developer's marketing fee that is being given on the transaction to the agency. So you basically have nothing to lose if you use the right consultants of the market who give you the right and hard facts of the market so that you invest with confidence. So thank you for watching this video. This is Matloob Ahmed Khan signing out.